Good morning to you. Tuesday, the 3rd of July. Where's the time going? It's unbelievable. We had a lovely night here last night, and indeed we went for some tea there in the Weir. That was a former hotel for the bargees and the passengers, and apparently it was a very, very busy place back then. But it was a nice quiet mooring, and even the Weir didn't disturb us. We had a reasonable sleep, but the adventure continues. It's a lovely place. We're on Walton on Thames, but just here is Sudbury. And if you watch the vlogs, you know Nikki and myself are a big fan of Mr. John Gregson, big actor in the 50s and 60s. We love his films, and his films include Titfield Thunderbolt and Genevieve, and we've watched them several times. We like these old films. They're light-hearted, there's no confrontation in it. They're really good, we enjoy them. But yeah, we remembered him when we were here last night. It was nice. But adventure continuing, and we've got a very, very interesting island to show you. Time to go. John Gregson really enjoyed living here. He lived in a lovely house called Creek House. You picture a little cottage, but it was really quite a large one. Guests included Sean Connery and Adam Faith were amongst the friends that came to stay there. He's now buried in the local cemetery here with his wife Thea. Just here at Walton's Wharf, you have got the Anglers Pub and the Swan right next door to each other, and as you can see, the boats, it is quite popular there. But back when elephants were unloaded here for travelling fairs and circuses. It's also rumoured that Julius Caesar crossed here. He must have had one of these nice houses up here on the side, darling. Wonder which one was his. Just in front of us to the left is Desborough Cut, and to the right the River Thames goes round. We're just trying to read the sign. We may go through Desborough Cut. There are boats up there. I can see a narrowboat up there, and it would say 45 minutes cruise, so that's 45 minutes worth of fuel. So I think we'll have a look. The Thames is that way, and this is Desborough Cut. It is navigable, and there's a little white sign, but we're having trouble reading it, so I'm going nice and slow, and if we're not allowed I can turn round. Well, pardon?
Sorry, no, there's nothing saying we can't.
No, there's no signs saying we can't. The sign has basically disappeared, and as you can see there's lots of boats here. There are narrow boats, so we're just taking our time nice and slow and enjoy these new waters. Well, love, there are narrowboats coming towards us, so that's comforting.
Yeah, unless they've had to turn round.
Yeah, unless they have turned round. I don't think they did. We haven't had anyone pass us, have we? Narrowboats.
No.
Morning. Well, we're just coming up to Shepperton Lock. It's just over here. First lock of the day. Notice some black swans here. Well, a black swan. And some slightly grey ones, darling. Morning.
Hi.
And that's it, that's Shepperton Lock done. On we go.
I reckon this must be in front of us now.
Thank you. Just right in front of us is Pharaoh's Island. We can go left or right around Pharaoh's Island. We're going to go to the left. It was actually gifted to Admiral Nelson following his success in the Battle of the Nile. He could regularly be seen fishing off the banks of Pharaoh's Island here. It's a lovely little island, and there are now upwards of 20 homes there on Pharaoh's Island. I would imagine there'd be none when Admiral Nelson was there. What a lovely place to live. It's only accessible, obviously, by boat. So if you have a house, you have to have a boat.
For sale.
Oh, isn't that lovely? For sale.
Should we buy him?
Has it got an engine?
No, the house.
Oh, the house.
Here, look.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah, that's a nice house for sale. Got a few million, I would imagine. That's actually on Pharaoh's Island. Lovely boat there, the Golden Butterfly. Isn't that a treasure? And that white house there is also for sale, and that's right at the end of Pharaoh's Island, so you get the tip of the island. That would be lovely. He's just googled it. The house right at the end here, yours for £50 short of £1 million. I'd be doing well to get the 50 quid, to be quite honest, but I think that's quite reasonable in today's rates. We've seen some stupid priced houses around here, and for £1 million to have your own slice of a little island there, I think that's pretty reasonable. And that boat there is for sale. It appears they're selling everything round here, but isn't that lovely? Make yourself a little restaurant boat or a trip boat. I like that. Why are they selling everything round here, darling? Is it because we're coming through or something? The Thames is a very, very wide river, and we did have a laugh because going into Limehouse Lock there was a member of St Pancras Cruising Club, and he said now would be a good time to raise your fenders, Chugabug. Have you seen how many boats have these big fenders out? There's hundreds of them. I mean, it's like 1/4 of a mile wide, this river. Our little fenders are 1.5 inches wide at best. We're not going to snag on anything. It's pretty safe to run with your fenders down here, as indeed most of the boats do. What a building. Very nice. Hi. It's persisting down again. Just in front of us we have a bridge. Under the bridge is Chertsey Lock.
drop me off there.
Okay,
I'll
babe.
see what the deal is.
So we're just going into Chertsey Lock now. We just had the lockkeeper shout and ask if we're going through. So he's very kindly opened the gates for us. This may be our last lock of the day.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Well, it depends if we stop in, was it Laleham?
Yeah, that's it. So we have got one more. We're looking for a
Possibly.
shop today. Another motorway in front of us. We're going under the M3. Nicky's just gone up to lock the boat up. We're at a mooring. I can't remember what it is, so you'll see it below. We're just going to nip to the local shop and we may carry on. Yeah, milk, cereal, bread, general stuff we need. Coffee. We need coffee. So we're just going to nip to the local shop and then I think we might carry on. It's not the best looking mooring here. Doesn't look like there's a lot to do. So we might carry on. We'll see. We just stopped under Heathrow flight path, I think, at Laleham Visitor Moorings. Didn't I time that well? At Laleham Visitor Moorings. Lovely little village. Why are they so noisy? You leave your boat and you walk up a little lane called Blacksmith's Lane and the old forge is up the top. But you do go past a very interesting cottage with all sorts of bric-a-brac, if you want to call it that. I know what we called it, but it's all over the walls. Very strange, but very colourful. Yeah, but there's some lovely old buildings up there. Nice walk, really lovely little walk. You're only about 3 minutes walk, if that, from your boat. It's got a church, it's also got a pub, a beauty salon, a cafe, and a barber's and a local shop. And we've managed to get a bit of shopping in for a couple of days, and we're on our way again. We could have stayed there the night, we just didn't fancy it. There is a boatyard opposite, so it can get quite noisy, and we want to move on, so we are. There's a white beam in a rush just overtaking this Dutch barge and it's coming straight for us. We think the lock ahead of us has emptied, as we do have a few boats going past, so wow, take a look at this boat. Isn't that gorgeous, darling?
Aren't they beautiful? The one in the shed, can you see it?
I can't. I hope the camera picks it up. Oh, we picked something up. Oh no, we're going over a wake of the other boat. But aren't those beautiful? Classy. Penton Lock is just ahead of us. There's a narrowboat waiting. I think he's dropped someone off, so we're sort of hovering here for a minute. Look at that property. Very nice. There's some lovely houses around here if you want to live in a house.
A house.
A house. Sorry, yes, they're called houses around here, not houses, houses. So we're patiently waiting on the lock landing. We are following that boat in. Key and I have already walked up to the lock. There's a lovely cruiser coming down. I think it's a hire boat, Le Boat. I'm sure they're the ones that Colin and Sean had when they did the Caledonian. I'm not sure, so don't quote me, but it's an impressive looking boat. You'll see it in a minute, it's coming down. I don't think it's the same as the one that Sean and Colin had, but I think it's the same company. Isn't that smart? So there was 3 of us in this lock. There is a boat coming in, so the ladies jumped back on the lead boat, so the 3 of us can just get going to the next lock. Thank you. Such a big lock for such a little boat. And there's Staines Cruising Club. Little bit low on cruising boats, I think. There's one there, but very quaint house next door. Isn't that lovely? And there's St. Peter's Church in Staines. Really unusual in the red brick with the... is that glass tower? It is, I think. Copper. Yeah. Very unusual church. As you just saw in a previous clip, there are lots of swans round here, and in front of us there's a rather dowdy grey bridge. It sort of blends itself with the scenery around here. So what they've done is paint a yellow line along the top of the bridge so the swans can actually see it, even though the yellow line is a little bit faint now. The bridge ahead of us now carries the orbital motorway that surrounds London, the M25. So we're going back out into the outskirts now. And as soon as we go under the M25, I can see the next lock up ahead, and it's open and ready for us. current in this lock. It is a bit of a deeper lock, so it is throwing chugs around a little bit, but Nikki's got the bow and I've got the stern. She's fine. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that one, darling. Moored up just on the outskirts of Old Windsor, and luckily the narrowboat in front of us got a gap there, and there's a lovely couple on an ex-hire boat up there they bought from Manchester. They've moved forward for us, so Chugs has slotted in absolutely perfectly there. So Nikki and myself are going to sit in on this bench here, have a little drink and unwind after the cruise. Kids have done their schooling. They're inside watching the television, and the doggies had a good walk. They walked to the shop with us when we moored back there, so we'll let them out again in a minute and let them stretch their little legs. What a lovely day cruising. It was lovely. Really enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the Thames. Never been a fan of rivers, but these are locked. It's not a tidal river. I love it. The diversity, the craft, the buildings, the people. Just makes life interesting, doesn't it? We're loving it. The River Thames.